We All Right by It Is All Right by Doobie Powell. Um, oh, I forgot something. All right, let's get going. Let's get going. Let's get going. Let me cut down what I got going on over here. And I am excited to be on with y'all tonight. Hey, do me a favor, city, state, country. Let me know where you're tuned in from. Um, that would be great. Good evening, everybody. City, state, or country if you're not from America. And let me know where you're tuned in from. Can you do that? Charlotte, hey, Shell, thank you. Goldsboro, thanks. Indianapolis, thank you. How did you get suspended, Barbara? What happened? Was it a whole Barbara and Shirley thing? Minneapolis, all right. Fayetteville, Des Moines, Iowa, thank you. RVA, Houston, Tampa, Baltimore, Spartanburg, Marlboro, Bronx, Stafford, Houston, Texas, again, Patterson, New Jersey, Longview, Newark, Nashville. Y'all rolling tonight. Let's get it in. Share the video, get something to write with. You're going to need something to write with. If you enjoy free form writing, you might need something free form blank. This is going to be a real masterclass tonight. Real masterclass. I'm not going to keep this up if you do not support the show. I'm telling you now. Because I've got an announcement about my books opening up, or my calendar opening up, and so this is going to be a real course tonight. We're going to deal with this whole idea of overthinking, and so get something to write with. If you don't have anything to write with, you're going to miss out. I'm going to show you something patented that I created, that I've taught before in the class, that's going to help you defeat overthinking. It's going to work. All right. So get something to write with and tune in. All right. Let me know what city, state, country you're from. After you do that, hit the share button. That means right now we've almost got already almost 300 people. Almost 300 people. So when you state your city and state, if you're on Instagram, hit the little triangle, share it. If you're on Facebook, hit the share button. If you're on YouTube, hit the share button. And also share the video if you're on Instagram as well. All right. This is going to be big for all of you overthinkers. This is going to be big. All right. Yep. Books are going to be opening up. And so you're going to get your first taste of it kind of sort of tonight. I'm going to teach you how to defeat overthinking. It's going to be a real course talk as well. And I think you'll get a lot out of it. Okay. So like the video, share it. I need everybody to share it. If I don't have a lot of shares, if I do not have a lot of shares and I do not get a lot of support tonight, you guys support the show. I am not leaving this up. This is valuable information, and it is patented information. I'm going to teach you something called the triangle of trust, and it's going to help you break overthinking, and it's going to be a game changer. And I've helped literally hundreds of people do this. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you, Wasabi. She's always on it. I appreciate you. St. Louis. All right, good. First time. A lot of first time visitors tonight. If you're first time tuning in, make sure you state that in the chat as well. Say what's up. Arizona, Canada. Thank you. Canada shows a lot of love. Douglasville, Georgia. Atlanta. I'm going to be seeing you soon. I've got a lot of announcements tonight. Yeah, I'm sorry. Good. A lot of first-time visitors tonight, and just happy to have you on. Fayetteville, Topeka, Kansas, Fredericksburg. Thank you. Another first-timer, Miss Courtney. Appreciate you. Jersey, another first-timer, My. I don't know your real name. A lot of first-timers on IG. IG numbers went crazy this week. We're going to hit 200K probably by tomorrow. So I appreciate all of you on IG that are supporting. Let me go ahead and get my sound effects together. As you can see, I'm just ripping and kind of running everywhere tonight, but we're going to get it together. But I really want to thank all of you, especially on Instagram and on Facebook, for how you are supporting my work. It is showing in the numbers in a tremendous way. And I really appreciate that. So thank you so much. Hey, Ebony, um, Louisiana. And here's the thing about growth. You know, a lot of people do this stuff to be seen. Look, y'all, the reality is, um, I was laughing. I was showing my kids some things as I was setting up some back end things today. And we were laughing about just how far my work has come so fast, but kind of so slow. Just literally 2 years ago, I may have had less than 20 clients. And I did not get into this work to be famous. I got into this work to really change lives, and it was really sincere. And, you know, I know I have clients that in all kinds of different religious spaces. I believe in God. That's who I worship. And so I really believe God honors sincerity. And I remember literally, if you go back, just go back on my content 2 years ago, I was posting the same stuff and had 20 people liking it. I'm saying all of this to say it's better that you grow authentically than you grow fast. A lot of people want to grow fast. You don't need to grow fast. You just need to grow authentically. And that's the problem. A lot of people just get into, I mean, look at all the reaction videos. I'm not going to get on that tonight, but a lot of people just want to be seen and famous and make some money. When your purpose is really connected to your work, then you see results. And it's been a slow growth, but to go from less than, I don't know, I may have had like 4,000 followers 2 years ago to now almost 1 million on 4 platforms just goes to show when you are genuine, it works for you. Thanks so much, Brian. Really big shout out on IG. You've always been genuine. I remember when I first met you at A&T when I was recruiting. I really appreciate that. It's not a put on for me. I try to not only teach it, but I try to live that, and I'm consistent with the work. And so hopefully you guys are benefiting from the work. Shout out to all of my clients who allow me to share stories. Those of you that are my clients that are like, Doc, don't you dare tell my business. I love all of y'all. I appreciate you. And yeah, grow authentically, not quickly. It's not about going fast. It's about growing right. Because when you grow right, you can't be taken down. You grow fast, you become Milli Vanilli. If you don't know who Milli Vanilli is, just Google it. I know they get a bad rap, but you don't want to be a one-hit wonder. You want to be consistent in the work that you do. And so it's something that I teach mentees. And just grateful to be here tonight. All right, I'm not going to talk y'all to death. I want to get into this because we got a lot to cover. And slow is always the new fast. A couple of more shout outs real quick, and then I want to get into it. Let me get to my notes because I'm all over the place. All over the place. Y'all, thank you for the kind messages this week. Hey, Katiana. Consistency is definitely important. Thank you for the kind messages this week. I absolutely have been, I don't have the word to describe how busy I've been. Can't see you, sir. You guys can't see me. I know IG can, Facebook, Instagram. Can you guys see me? What's up, Cliff? Can you guys see me? Somebody's saying they can't see me. It can't be me. I want to just be sure. Yes, we can see you. All right. I want to say this. Good. Yes. I want to thank all of you for reaching out. This has been an incredibly tough and challenging week for me in many ways, some of those ways personal. But it's also been a very busy 42 odd days. And I've had some major deadlines to meet. And I was able to get those met. And in spite of all of the other outside things that I had going on, and I was able to get those things met. And I'm just really grateful. I don't always get a chance to respond to DMs. I'm not trying to be anything. It's just the truth. Every video that I post, I get on average 40 to 50 DMs per video. And I post 5 times a week. So it's just hard to just catch up with anybody. I'm not ignoring anyone. I really appreciate the kind words. Many of you don't even really want anything. You're just sending kindness. When I get a chance to read it, I will and try to heart it. But I really appreciate the kind words that many of you have said this week, because I believe some of you even wrote and said, Doc, I can see it in your face. You're either going through a lot or you tired. And I was definitely very tired, going through a little bit, but all's well. I really just appreciate your support, and it's been great. Um, that said, let me thank all of my Patreon and IG subscribers. I appreciate you. All of my moderators, thank you so much. Marquisha, April, all of you, thank you so much for what you do. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to be really making a transition really soon. I cannot, y'all. I don't have the bandwidth to be able to see all of the people that want to see me. That simply means it's time to scale up. It's business. All right. It's time to scale up. And yeah, y'all can tell on the nail biting. And that's another sign, right? I've been doing so good with biting my nails, but really just meeting these deadlines and all this stuff going on in my life. I started back biting my nails. It wasn't just good, but I'm good. Everything's well. Nothing's wrong with me. I'm sharing all of this to say I appreciate your support, and sometimes you have to push through things. And that said, subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to be scaling up a lot of what I do. Y'all, I don't have the bandwidth to see everybody that wants to see me. I'm going to talk about that in a second. And so I'm going to have to lean heavily on other avenues to be able to support the demand on my work. Group work is one of those opportunities. It starts tomorrow. I've got healing, grief and letting go. Tomorrow, I've got that session tomorrow, and Saturday, I've got a small group work tomorrow as well, or Saturday, I can't remember. And these are excellent opportunities to get the same content in smaller groups on topics that are very critical for today, and especially during the holidays. So please take care of that. Guys, be patient with the girl. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a lot. I appreciate that message, Curvy, Queen. And so I've got to scale up. I've got almost 200 people on the waiting list. I've got enough work to probably last the next 3 to 5 years easily. I've got to scale up though, so that I can continue to reach as many people as possible, which means I won't be able to take as many new clients. I will be able to take some, but I'm going to really be leaning heavier on things like my community group on Facebook. No, it's not too late to sign up for group work. I've got plenty of slots. The signups have been slow because I think a lot of people have just been waiting to get on my calendar. And this is why I'm saying this. The last time I opened up my calendar, I was full in 5 hours. I was full. And I know what's going to happen. And so I don't want all of you to just wait on that. Group work is another opportunity to engage, and it's just as effective. Okay. So definitely take a look at that. The links are on my bio. And I think you will enjoy it. Let me also say this. Shout out to all of the kids that I worked with over the last 2 weeks. I did 4 sessions, 2 with 8 to 12-year-olds, 2 with 13 to 17-year-olds. We talked about reframing in one session. We talked about technology and anxiety in another session. Outstanding. I love working with the kids. It is certainly the wave of the future for my work. I keep saying that out loud. Hopefully nobody tries to steal that, but it's life. And really working on doing that now, because when you can teach a child how to regulate their emotions, you can change a generation. And just really working with them has been a lot of fun. And I'm excited about doing more of that in the future. Okay. So that should be coming up soon, and just want to shout them out. Now, that said, I need you to write this date down in your book if you are interested in becoming a client. All right. Let me get my notes together, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm multitasking on steroids over here. I need you to write this date down if you are interested in becoming a client. My books will open for new clients November 27th at noon Eastern time. November 27th, noon Eastern time, my books will open up for new clients. November the 27th. That is the day before Thanksgiving. So if you're going to be cooking, like many of us will, set your reminder in your phone now, because I'm telling you, it's going to go by fast. I can't open it up for a lot of new clients. I can't take a lot, but I can take some, and I can take packages. Packages are the easiest way for me to book people because it allows you to go ahead and control your schedule. I don't have to be involved, and finalizing some administrative work now as we speak. And so definitely put that date and time in your books. November the 27th, noon Eastern Standard Time. My books will be open for new clients. Some of you have emailed me. Don't worry about that. If you have, I haven't forgotten you. I got you. Zoraida, I think, is one. There's several people. Some of you are Patreon subscribers, and I'm going to make sure you remember these dates as well. Thank you, Tiff, as well. I don't think I shouted you earlier. I appreciate you, Tiff, for moderating also. I do not take private insurance. No. Oh, man, someone has a medical procedure on the 27th. I hope you're out as well. And because I would love to work with you. So that's November the 27th, noon Eastern Standard Time. My calendar will be open for new clients, and I'll keep it open for as long as those slots last. All right. Also, hopefully by next Thursday is November 21st. Hopefully by next Thursday, yes, you'll be able to book on my website. Hopefully by next Thursday, my fourth book, The 5 Areas of Healing, finally will be ready and out. Well, let me take that back. Pre-orders. There's a lot going on. This is all stuff I've been having to just knock out. The 5 Areas of Healing will be ready for pre-orders, hopefully by next Thursday. Should have some confirmation on that over the next couple of days. The book cover looks amazing, and it is going to be your manual for healing. And it's funny because this book has really been a trailblazer for this healing conversation that now you're seeing on social media. And I had a few clients that said, Doc, you need to hurry up and write the book. People are stealing. It's a wild story, backstory, but I won't get into that tonight. But the reality is you'll be able to purchase that from my website. Let me say this out loud. I have not made it an audio book yet. I may convert it. I'll tell you why. Because I'm old fashioned when it comes to learning. I like old school pencil and pen. I actually want you to get the book and write in the book and take notes in the book and use that with your journal, because you just retain information a lot better. Yes, I understand the value of audiobooks and listening while you drive, but you've got to dedicate time to doing this work. So initially, the initial rollout will be without an audiobook. It will only be paper copy. I'm going to see how it goes. I may do the audiobook later, okay? So again, I'm not discounting people that love to do it that way, but for me, pen to paper is a greater translation to the brain. All right, so hopefully by next Thursday's live, my goal is to come on. I'm going to do pre-orders. They will be a limited amount of pre-orders, and I'm hopeful I'll have an idea of what that shipping might look like. If that works by next Thursday, it's a good chance that maybe by the 1st or 2nd week in December, those books should be in your homes, okay? So it's going to be great. Again, many of you have asked, Doc, I just need the 5 Areas of Healing on paper. I need to be able to do it. It didn't take me long to write the book. It's my life's work. It really didn't take me long to do it, but I had to do it. And it was just a lot to do it. And it's going to be great. So that'll be coming out. And again, limited amounts, but you're going to enjoy it. Also, y'all, I'm going to get to the content. I got a lot to tell y'all about. Doc, you've been busy. You've been slow. You ain't been responding. You've been looking stressed out. You got bags under your eyes. Let me explain. Also, hopefully by November the 23rd, the 29th, which is Black Friday. That's my hope. By Black Friday, my first hat line will be released. I'm super stoked. I have a hat line. Yes, you will be able to purchase these. Limited quantity. It is piloted. I have an outstanding woman who has created my own line with labels. It's outstanding. And many of you have asked, Doc, can I get a hat? I want a hat. And so it's coming, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And they're going to be great. 3 different styles. One of them is you can wear year round. One of them is specifically or better geared towards fall. One is better geared towards winter. They are all one size fits all. And yeah, they're just great. And I love it. And I'm excited about it. So again, very limited quantity on those. Y'all not gonna make me overextend myself, and y'all don't support, but I hope you will. And so that'll be coming out on hat line, and it's really the beginning of a line for some other stuff. We'll talk about that later. 3 different variety of colors. One of them is kind of similar to this in terms of like the pink multicolor. One is like a blue, and one is like I think a gray. But want to shout out my distributor, Rochelle, who owns her awesome company, and a good friend of mine for putting that together for me. All right. I feel like I'm missing something. I'm missing something really big. Yeah. So it looks like my tour is going to kick off in February. Um, Tour is going to kick off in February, looking at 12 cities, 1 city per month. I think one of those months might be 2 cities. But starting in February, and the first city, 95% certain, will be Atlanta. Okay, Atlanta. And I got confirmation of that today. But I can kind of sort of tell you the order. It's gonna be kind of sort of, don't hold me to this. It's 85% firm. Atlanta, Houston, LA, DC, Chicago. I think it's Orlando. I don't remember all the rest of them. It's too much. Charlotte's on the list. It's a lot, y'all. New York's on the list. Yeah, so I'm excited. It's a lot going on. I have no life. I live a very boring, busy life. So shout out to the folks. I've got some folks I'm going to introduce you guys to who have really been instrumental in helping me put this together. That said, I am going to need volunteers who are interested in working and volunteering on 2 tiers. 1, volunteering to help to get the word out about the tour in your city. And 2, a small team of people that might be interested. And when I say small, I'm talking 5 or less. And that team will likely be interviewed. I'll probably interview those folks that might be interested in participating in all of those cities, going around helping me to set up in all of those cities with the volunteers in those areas to do it in each city, if that makes sense. Okay. And yes, you did. I did not forget that. I need you. Remember I said I will get my media team out there. I need you to re-email me. Okay. My email address is info@zebthethird.com. If you're interested in being a volunteer, whether it's in a local city, or a volunteer on this small team, shoot me an email at info@zebthethird.com. All right. And yeah, it's going to be great. Am I nervous? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Is it going to be a big crowd? No, I'm not reserving a lot of seats because I don't know how it's going to go. If at this point 30 people come, I would be pleased. All right. I would be 1,000% pleased if 30 people showed up. When you get out and get into the speaking circuit, it's a different thing. Am I nervous about speaking? Nah, I'm better in person. Oh my God. I'm just, some people do this good on video. I'm better in person. So it ain't that. right? I will be in Cali. I will be in LA. That is the third stop. So I think LA is in April. So not nervous about speaking, but it is just getting out into this space in this field and just hoping the demand is there. And I believe it is. And at the end of the day, I'm in my purpose. So I don't care if 10 people come, we're going to do what we do. All right. So a lot going on. All right. But email me at info@zebthethird.com if you're interested. In fact, let me do this while I've got y'all here. Lord, I hope Miss Cheryl doesn't kill me. She won't. Let me just give you an idea of the cities. I want to go ahead and give you an idea of the cities. Moderators, I need you all to type these cities in the chat for me really quickly, okay? In fact, I'll do it. And I need you all to do it as well. So let me give you the cities in no particular order yet. Kind of, sort of, but not really because it's not firm. So I'm just going to type them down. LA, DC, New York, Chicago, Charlotte, Dallas, New Orleans, Orlando, Phoenix, and maybe Vegas. Those are the cities. Let me give them to you again. Oh, I appreciate it. That's so nice. Somebody said I'll be the next Dr. Phil. That means a lot to me. But want to be way better. I appreciate that so kindly. Those are the cities. If you're interested in volunteering in any of those cities, Atlanta, Houston, LA, DC, New York, Chicago, Charlotte, Dallas, New Orleans, Orlando, Phoenix, or Vegas, shoot me an email. All right? Shoot me an email. This is just an initial list. Philly, I hadn't forgot about you. I knew this was going to happen. This is why I I haven't forgotten about every city, y'all. Remember, this is piloted. This is once a month. I'm new at this. I got to build the demand for it, y'all. But I tried to pick places that were centrally located. I know New York, Philly, Jersey can get there. Connecticut can get there. You get what I'm saying? Charlotte, South Carolina can get there. Virginia can get there, blah, blah, blah. All right. And so I tried to be very strategic there with that. All right. So those are the cities that we're looking at for sure. And they're about 85% firm. And so if you're interested in volunteering, info@zebthethird.com. Also, one final announcement, then I'm going to get into it. I'll only teach for an hour tonight. All right. But I'll make this good. I want you to hold your calendar. One last thing, y'all. Hold your calendar for January. Hold your calendar for January or February 2026. January or February 2026. The dates should be coming out in a couple of weeks. Working on firming that right now. January or February 2026. Just put a block on it. Okay. I obviously don't need the whole months. We're talking 3 or 4 days. If all goes well, I'll be doing my first cruise. I can't believe it. I've never been on a cruise ship ever. I've seen Titanic too many times. Oh, I've never been on a cruise. But January or February 2026, it is going to be a self-awareness cruise where we're going to spend 3-4 days together. We're going to have sessions while there, courses, that kind of thing. But it's also going to be fun and relaxing. And we're going to all do it together. All right. That's in January or February of 2026. As soon as I get those dates, you'll be able to book. You can make payment plans. You'll be able to do all of that stuff. And I don't even know what I'm going to do before I get on this boat because I've never been. It is a cruise retreat. Yes. I've never been on a cruise ship. So Doc's going to need a practice trip because I won't be able to teach a thing on that cruise ship if if I get on there and start thinking about um Titanic. Now, I will tell you what I've got in mind. And guys, you're going to have to help me with this. On this cruise event or this cruise retreat, yes, it will be teaching on 5 areas of healing and, self-awareness, blah, 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 blah. But I'm thinking about putting together a team to also do a in-person kind of matchmaker dating kind of thing. Now, oh my gosh. I'm doing this because many of you have asked me, Doc, hook me up. You got all these clients. You got to know somebody, da, 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 da. Well, I thought in my mind, the cruise ship might be a great place to do it. Got all of these healed women. You got all these healed men. You got me teaching everybody. And hey, why not put together some kind of format and go for it? So we got a year to work on this. And I'm just, y'all, nervous is not the word to describe my life right now. All right? I can't stop laughing. It ain't the word to describe my life right now. But I'm trying to put a good team around me to help me pull all of this off. Because believe it or not, y'all, with all of this stuff I've just rattled, I'm still a one-man team. That's why I don't have a life. That's why I work 70, 80 hours a week. Okay? So it's going to be great, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, my goal is to get y'all married. I got clients that's getting married next year. I got hopefully a marriage I'll be attending in London. My clients, set of clients and friends are going to be married in London. I've got a client and friend, now turned friend, who got engaged. He's going to be getting married in Alabama. Yeah, I got a lot of marriages. Folks are getting married, and I love it. I'm excited about it. So, who knows? This thing might absolutely turn into something. I appreciate that. Genesis, definitely hit me up. I mean that seriously. It's going to be a lot. And y'all, I'm excited and I'm nervous, but I'm grateful. I mean that sincerely. All right. That's enough. Enough announcements. Let me get to work. Y'all know the rules. Yeah, we got to talk, Sean. We got a lot because this is going to really mean a lot for community groups. It's just a lot going on. All right. Let's talk about this. So y'all know the rules. Support the show. You can support the show. The ways to support the show might be on the screen, maybe. I'm just all over the place tonight. Support the show, though, because I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't support the show, I am not leaving this up. You're about to get a whole session. You're about to get a whole counseling session over the next 60 minutes, and it's going to help you stop overthinking. So support the show, and also, you know my rules. Let's keep the comments professional. Let's keep them courteous. In the event that you see a scraggler in the comment section, you might see a bunch of eagles showing up. And that simply means that we fly high above birds here at Inspire Nation. All right. So Inspire Nation, get your journal. Let's get ready to work. I want to talk tonight about get out of your head. That's what we're talking about tonight. Put the topic in the comments. Put it in your journal. You're going to be the smartest person at the water cooler tomorrow. All right. Get out of your head is tonight's topic. That's what we're talking about. And on the flyer, I had on there for overthinkers only. And that was intentional because tonight I want to challenge many of you that are overthinkers. By the way, y'all keep sharing the video. Let's get our numbers. We're right under 400. Let's get this number up to 700 or 800 tonight. Okay. Get out of your head. I want to deal with overthinkers tonight because one of the things that I'm seeing a lot in my work, not just this week, but a lot in my work in general, is people really do struggle with overthinking. And there are a lot of reasons behind this. And I want to deal with some of them tonight, but I want to give you some strategies to kind of help you break this. Because I'm going to say this from the jump. Some of you are going to mess around and mess up your life overthinking so much. Some of you are going to mess around and lose the stuff you could have overthinking so much. Oh my God. Some of you are going to mess around and end up living an average, mediocre life because of everything that comes with overthinking. And I want to say this to you, and this is going to hurt some of you, but let's just go ahead and deal with it now. I want you to put this in the comments, put this in your notebook. Y'all, another new client this week who said, Doc, I've been watching the last 6 months, showed me her journal filled with notes. I want you to put this in the comments right now. You ready? Overthinking is mental and emotional dysfunction. Overthinking is mental and emotional dysfunction. And most people, counselors, coaches, your therapist, whomever else, have not had the guts to tell you this. And I'm telling you now, overthinking is mental and emotional dysfunction. Which means if you're an overthinker, you are mentally and emotionally dysfunctional. And that's okay. I'm not beating up on you. But y'all know what self-awareness is, don't you? Write it down. I got a lot of first-time viewers. What's the definition of self-awareness? Honesty about, I say that so much in that book, y'all gonna get tired of seeing it. But that's what the tour is called. The tour is called the self-awareness tour. People need the truth. Self-awareness is honesty about who you are, where you are, and what you are doing. Tiff knew it. I couldn't even get it out. Tiff knows it. Moderators know it. Those of you that watch this regularly, you should know the definition of self-awareness. All right? And so we're going to talk about how you can recognize overthinking and really ways it manifests. We're going to get into that. But just know from the beginning, you got to admit that it's dysfunctional. Because the reality is, I can't help nobody who cannot be honest about what's going on in their lives. Y'all, I got a video coming out next week. I don't know if y'all have been enjoying the Tuesday, Thursday long form videos, the client stories, but I got a video coming out next week that was one of the most powerful couple calls that I've had in a long time. And the topic of the video speaks to this. The topic of the video, where is it? Oh, come on. The topic of the video is called, Don't Come to Me to Fix Your Marriage. Oh, my God. Don't come to me to fix your marriage. And I had to have a serious conversation with them about self-awareness and honesty. Because the reality is, we would put therapists, counselors, and coaches out of business if we were honest. Oh, my God. Some of you would have your habits and addictions broken if you were honest. Oh, my God. Hey, Ms. Evans. Good to see you. Some of you would have dysfunctional people out of your life if you were honest about the fact that they're dysfunctional. You wait till you see that video next week where I looked a couple in the face. They so graciously allowed me to share. And I said, don't y'all come to me to fix your marriage. Y'all wasting my time. Because when you come in a space and you don't show up honest, how are you going to be helped? You're not going to be helped. I can't help dishonest people. And it never ceases to amaze me how people in this space pay me good money to get in my face and try to lie. Oh, my God. So we got to start there. The reality is, if you're an overthinker, you're mentally and emotionally dysfunctional. Okay? And again, Doc, this is what he does. I told you, some of y'all are going to get your sample tasting of what I'm like when my book's open in a couple of weeks. Doc comes out the gate swinging. You cannot fix this if you're not honest about it. And the truth is, overthinking is dysfunction. And I'm going to explain this. Okay? Now, I want you to record this. Let's talk about, because I could teach on this literally for hours. But let's talk about, where am I? let's talk about, I want to give you 3 core challenges for an overthinker. Okay? Appreciate that, Robert. Good. I appreciate that. I want everybody to get on that book. I really appreciate it. I do. I want those pre-sales to sell out fast. Let me give you 3 core challenges of the overthinker. And we're going to get into a couple of things. I hope you got something to write with. You're writing some things down. Let me give you 3 core challenges of the overthinker. And y'all better support this show. I'm telling you, I'm taking it down. I'm checking while I'm teaching. Okay? 3 core challenges of the overthinker. Challenge number 1, your ego. Your ego. E-G-O. Your ego. Your ego is the part of your brain and your personality that focuses on the past and worries about the future. Your ego is the part of your brain and personality that focuses on the past and worries about the future. That's your ego. Why is that important? Because most people that are overthinkers live where? Mentally in the past or mentally in the future. Which causes you to have thoughts about what happened yesterday, thoughts or worries about what might happen tomorrow that then trigger emotional responses that then influence your behavior. Let me give you an easy example. You've been cheated on in the past. You've met somebody who loves you and who is healed and showing up correct. But because you've been cheated on in the past, your thoughts have you now worried not only about the past, but about the future. This causes you emotionally to have anxiety because of challenges from the past and concerns about the future that then influences your behavior regarding how you interact with that person. You may show up with incredible walls, and it's almost impossible for them to be able to get to know you. You might get to the edge of getting serious and then become a runner and a track star. Lord knows I have experienced that. You might walk away from a great opportunity because your brain is stuck in the past, worried about the future. And this is important. This is fresh out the book. I've been holding this stuff back. Your thoughts should tell your emotions how to feel, and your emotions will tell your body how to act. That was salad worthy, and I don't see no salads. Do you want to know how healthy influences behave? How healthy behavior is influenced? Healthy behavior is influenced when your thoughts tell your emotions how to feel, so that your emotions can then tell your body how to respond. Y'all, this is fresh out the book. It's going to be fire. But you know what we do? We have it backwards. You want to know how an overthinker does it? An overthinker will think negative thoughts about the past or the future regarding a situation. And their emotions, instead of telling their emotions, hey, calm down. That's the past. We can't control the future. We can't change the past. We got to lock in the present. And instead of your brain having that conversation with your heart and your emotions say, I knew it. Girl, you better run. Dude, you better run. Your emotions begin to tell your brain, panic. Freeze. And guess what happens? Then your brain tells your body how to respond. That's what it looks like when an overthinker does it. You know why? Because an overthinker, the order is reversed. A healthy person, your thoughts tell your emotions how to feel. An overthinker, your feelings tell your thoughts how to think. Good gracious. Are y'all writing this down? It's in the book if you ain't. A healthy person allows their thoughts to tell their emotions how to feel. An overthinker will actually allow their emotions to tell their brain how to think.
Oh my God.
Does this sound familiar to anybody? Any overthinkers that can confirm this with a church and a salad? Let me see it. Come on. If this is making sense, type church in the comments with a bunch of R's. Y'all ain't typing it. There goes some salads. Overthinkers, does this sound familiar? When you start overthinking your emotions, then start telling your brain what to think, you out of order. You are absolutely doing it in the wrong order. Your emotion should not be telling your brain how to think. Your brain, your thoughts should be telling your emotions how to feel. And it's in the book. In fact, I couldn't talk about it a lot in the book, but I do mention it in chapter 5 when I talk about emotions. I'm probably going to have to do a whole book on just overthinking because I'm going to give you tonight the rubric on how to break it. And I'm just going to put it in the book. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Good. I see some hands up. Good. All right. So we got to defeat the ego. Solution, Doc. I need a solution. How do we defeat the ego? By living in the present. Record this. You defeat the ego by learning how to live in the present. You defeat the ego by learning how to live in the present. You defeat the ego by learning how to live in the present. How do we do that? Well, there are a lot of methods you can go about doing it. Prayer helps. Meditation is golden. You need to spend at least 10 to 15 minutes every day sitting still, thinking about nothing, doing nothing, but sitting still and forcing yourself to learn how to sit in the present. I meditate 30 minutes, Monday through Friday, every Monday through Friday. So after I about killed myself on this Peloton, I cut the lights off. It's typically about 5:15 in the morning. And I sit over there for 30 minutes and set my timer. And I learn how to sit still and be quiet. Now, I got a lot on my plate. It took me almost an hour just to give y'all announcements. I got a lot on my plate, professionally and personally. So it is a task to sit still and make my brain do what? Slow down. Let me tell you why this is hard. The reason why this is hard is because we have been wired and conditioned over time to be warriors. We have been wired and conditioned to be warriors. Y'all, I'm giving y'all salad. I tell you what, y'all don't support this show. Watch me take this down. Y'all think I'm playing. You will not see this live tonight. We are wired and conditioned to be warriors. And I'll prove it. Most of you, when you were in kindergarten, you had something that they eliminated at the kindergarten that was critical in teaching you how to calm down and stay present in the moment in the classroom as a kindergartner. And it was called a what, y'all? It's a 3-letter word, a nap.
Oh my God.
You got the chance to take a nap every day. And what you didn't even realize at age 5, 6 is that nap was designed to slow down your brain waves so you can focus. And what happens? We get older. You get with the 1st grade, then 4th grade, then 5th grade, and more homework, and more responsibilities, and sports and activities, then high school, then college, and all this stuff. And teachers and administrators, the school system in general, did away with slow opportunities, slow activities. So what happens? Your brain over time just became conditioned. I got to stop doing this so I can go do this. I got to stop doing this so I can do this. And then you end up feeling overstimulated. Now, what does not also make this better is this thing called social media.
Oh my God.
Which leads me to another method, a third method, because I've given you meditation. If you ain't caught on yet, find you 15, 20 minutes where you can take a power nap every day. I'm serious. Now, this is pot calling kettle black. I don't have time to do it. I got to do a better job with that one. But Lord knows when I go on vacation or go on a little quick holiday, I'm going to get me a little 30-minute nap in. And it's golden. But that brings me to the third way to learn how to lock in the present. Y'all ain't going to like this. Why don't you try spending some time, a little bit of less time on social media?
Oh my God.
You would be shocked at what reducing social media will do to your overthinking. You know why? Because some of y'all overthinking because you're busy comparing your life to other people.
Oh my God.
Some of you are overthinking because you're busy paying more attention to what other people are doing on social media than what you should be doing.
Oh my God.
Some of you are overthinking because instead of you taking that time that you spend it on social media scrolling to start your business, enhance your career, or go get more degrees, you're paying more attention to what they're saying on the Breakfast Club.
Oh my God.
I told a client this week, if not for my work, I probably wouldn't even use social media. I know y'all don't believe that. I'm going to tell you why. Because social media, if you don't use it with discipline, can become the greatest distraction to your ability to be in the present. And some of you are even losing mates because you are busier on social media putting on for people who don't even know you. When you got people, real live people in front of you that you could be benefiting from if you paid more attention to what was in front of your face.
Oh my God.
We talked about this dating show, right? On the cruise. Let me give y'all a little hint of some of the questions I'm going to ask. You want to know one of them? How much time do you use social media every day? Nah, this ain't gonna be no ordinary ratchet ghetto dating show where we want to know if you're a Capricorn. Who cares? You got an iPhone? Yeah, I got an iPhone. Go to your settings and let me see what your average screen time is a day. See, that's how you're gonna weed out the healed people from the folks that's playing. Now, there's some exceptions to this. Obviously, y'all, I post on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and some Saturdays. I do it for work, though. Some of y'all are not doing this for work. You're doing this for nosiness. And then you wonder why you're an overthinker. Or your anxiety is quick to rise when a situation comes in front of you that you've never seen before. I'm telling y'all, scale down your screen time. If you don't believe me, try it next week. Take 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Say, you know what? I'm going to just chill. For this 30 minutes a day on these days, I'm going to use it for 30 minutes and that's it. You'd be shocked at how much clearer your brain thinks and functions. So those are 3 easy ways you can repair that ego. This makes sense? Y'all supporting the show? Support the show. Like the video. Yep. Let me give you a second core challenge of overthinking. I'm almost done. It's not bad. I got to give you 3, and then I got 2 other things I want to talk about that are other ways to help curb overthinking. You get a whole session tonight. I need you to support the show. Let me give you a second core challenge of the overthinker. You ready? Challenge number 2, people pleasing. People pleasing.
Oh my God.
Hey, y'all want to know an easy way to break overthinking? Stop worrying about what everybody else think.
Oh my God.
Some of you will be a whole lot further if you stop living your life based on the opinions of people who ain't been where you are and who ain't going where you going. This for all of you that ain't going back to school because people in your family told you, girl, guy, you too old to go back to school. You got kids. You got responsibilities. You got a husband. You got a wife. You got a disability. You got whatever. And meanwhile, the very people that's telling you not to do it, excuse the English, excuse my English, but the very people that be telling you not to do it be the very people who ain't doing nothing with their own lives. You can order the hat soon, hopefully in about 2 weeks. Some of y'all listen to the wrong people. Some of you are struggling with people pleasing because you're listening to the wrong people. Some of you are struggling with people pleasing because you're listening to scary people. It's funny you said that. Somebody said, you got any advice for the fear of being seen? I got a better one than that. Some of you are struggling to listen to people because of imposter syndrome. I told y'all this is going to be good right here. I don't know if I'm keeping it up or not because y'all ain't supporting the show. I'm checking. Some of you struggle with people pleasing because of imposter syndrome. You know you're good. You know you shouldn't be living an average life. You know you shouldn't have average relationships. But when you look around you, it is like you are Bentley on a Hyundai lot. And here's the thing. Instead of you just being a Bentley, what do? You shrink to try to fit in with the Honda. And that is imposter syndrome 101. Doc, you got an analogy for that? Of course I do. I got an analogy for everything. The easiest way to explain imposter syndrome, because cars really make some great analogies. There's always somebody in the comments, I'm not a car. I'm so offended. I'm not a car. Y'all get on my nerves sometimes. I love y'all. But good Lord. The easiest way to explain imposter syndrome is just think Bentley on a Honda lot. You're the Bentley, and you're surrounded by a bunch of Hondas. So you walk in the room with the Hondas, and because those Hondas don't match what you are and come up to your standard, you start to shrink or dim your light so you can look like a Honda. Here's the breaking news. Is this thing on? For some of you, you need to be free tonight. When you're a Bentley, I don't care how much you try to minimize it or dim your light. When you've done the work, people can tell a Bentley from a mile away. And let me tell you how I broke imposter syndrome when I was really battling younger with what my purpose was. Because when you have a unique purpose, obviously I'm a little unique and different. When you've got a unique purpose and a unique calling and you're young, it is easy to want to fit in with everybody else. I'll tell you what made me break it. What made me break it was when one of my friends walked up to me and said, dude, I heard about the stuff you're doing. I said, man, I appreciate that. He said, great. I'm glad you're doing it because you never fit in with us anyway. Dude, I went to college with. He said, you never fit in with us anyway. And what was I trying to do? I was trying my best to be a Honda on a Honda lot when I knew I was a Bentley. Watch this. And everybody else knew I was a Bentley. You want to break imposter syndrome? Put this in the comments right now in all capital letters. If you want to break imposter syndrome, I want you to put this in the comments right now. It's easy. It's 4 words. All caps. Be who you are. Come on. You can do it. Put your back into it. Put it in the comments. Be who you are. When I heard that comment, the light came on. Wait a minute. What am I doing trying to act like a Honda? I ain't no Honda. Why don't I just be who I am? And guess what? That's when stuff started happening. Doc, why you wear them crazy hats? Because there's a purpose behind it. Why them glasses? Because there's a purpose behind it. But more than that, because this is just what I am. This is what I do. And when I travel next week, I'll have on a great suit at my events, and I'll have my hat on and some dark shades. I decided to be who I am, and it's working. Why don't you try it? This is for all of you that are overthinkers who also struggle with imposter syndrome. The easiest way to break it is to be the Bentley you are. Put that in the comments. Y'all scared? Be the Bentley, Bentley you are. Because I'm going to tell you, ain't nothing like seeing a person who's a Bentley walk around like they a Honda. It's unattractive. It's annoying. It's sad. Well, Doc, I got to pipe it down some because my family think this. That's your problem. I did a video today on families and dysfunction. For all y'all that still think blood is thicker than water, it ain't. Never has been, never will be. I don't even care if it's your family. You better stop dimming who you are just so people can be comfortable with you. I'm not a Honda. You don't need the keys to drive me.
Oh my God.
I'm not a Honda. I don't have to convince you to buy me. When I show up, you see my value.
Oh my God.
Are y'all listening? Y'all share the video. We're right around 600 viewers. Let's get it up to 8. This is making sense. So people who people please really struggle with imposter syndrome. And I don't think a lot of people connect the two. But there is a huge connection between people pleasing and imposter syndrome. So when I've had clients that I work with who are people pleasers, we spend some time with how they show up in spaces. We spend some time with them needing to make everybody else comfortable. That's right, April. She wrote my quote down. I don't have to convince you to buy me. When I show up, you know what it. You can look at me and tell. My friend changed my life because he reminded me, dumb, stop trying to act like a Honda and be a Bentley. Be the Bentley you are. And when I did that, everything about my life changed. My attitude changed. My perspective changed. My posture changed. Now watch this. The only people that get offended by you being a Bentley are the people that's never had one or the people that's intimidated by one. That's for all of you that's worried about being called cocky, arrogant, blah, blah, blah. Listen, you better learn my phrase and use it. I've been called worse by better. When you know who you are, show up as such. And that means, y'all, you got to get comfortable in this. You see that? You got to get comfortable in that. I don't pay attention to being, hearing stuff like stuck up. I pay attention to who's saying it. Because, baby, if you in a Honda calling me stuck up, I need you to get out your Honda and find you a Bentley. Now, if you in a Bentley calling me stuck up, that might be a different conversation. I know this is killing some of y'all. Heal up. You're gonna have to heal up. Is this making sense? Yeah, put that in the comments. That's phrase worthy too. Heal up. You don't heal down, you heal up. Which means you do the work to become the best version of you, and it challenges everything and everybody else around you to what? To come up to where you are. And when you're doing the work and you're coming up and you're challenging everybody else around you to come up, then all of a sudden you'll look around and you won't be the only Bentley in the room. You will be surrounded by friends and family members who are also Bentleys. I like this. Distinguished Ace on IG said I had to learn how to drive it because a Bentley drives way different than a Honda. I never test driven a Bentley, but I got another car on my mind. It's a foreign and it's going to be lime green. I have friends that have them. Let me tell you something. They're not the same. Y'all can say what you want to say. They're not the same. This is making sense? So if you're a Bentley, act like one and stop on this imposter syndrome stuff, trying to be something you're not to make people around you comfortable, because that'll solve a lot of your overthinking. Some of y'all overthinking because you overthink in the room. Did you hear what I said? Did y'all write that down? Some of you are overthinking because you are overthinking the room. I've been here. I'm still kind of sort of shadow banned on TikTok. It's wild. And every now and then I'll get a video that still goes viral. But TikTok just doesn't like my content. I'm sorry about that, P. You are overthinking because you're overthinking the room. And you got to stop overthinking the room. Stop. And make the room show up for you and not the other way around. Yeah, they just hate my content, P. And, I don't know. They just hate it. I got like 15, 16 fake pages. It's just a mess. TikTok's a mess. Okay? Who said lie? Hey, don't be telling my business, Just Cole. Don't be telling my business. You putting it out there. You already know. I probably look. You know why? You guessed it, because you know what I look like. See, you can't walk around and claim to be a Bentley, but you got Honda energy. Some of y'all walk around claiming to be Bentleys, but you got Honda energy. And energy, your spirit, don't lie. Energy, your spirit, it don't lie. So you can walk around all day you want to telling people you're a Bentley, but baby, we know the difference between bologna and steak.
Oh my God.
You can burn that bologna. You can put some mustard on that bologna. You can put it on white bread. You can do whatever you want to, but bologna will never be steak, and a Honda will never be a Bentley. And you can walk around and act like you're a Bentley, but when you really a Honda, that's what you are. Energy don't lie. So just like somebody in IG not only guessed the car, but the color, some of us carry the energy in real life that we talk about. Now, I want to just say this because I know it's coming. Let me put my glasses on because I want to find the comment. I know it's coming. Somebody's going to say, well, hey, Doc, there's nothing wrong with a Honda.
Oh my God.
Hey, Doc, there's nothing wrong with a Honda. A Honda drives just like a Bentley. There's nothing wrong. You get better gas mileage. There's nothing wrong with the Honda, Doc. I'm going to drive my Honda, and I'm going to be content with my Honda. Nothing wrong with that. Sure. Hey, I have no problems with Hondas. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. I'll park it in my garage and run it to the grocery store or the supermarket real quick. Nothing wrong with that. But please understand, everybody ain't built to be exceptional. Some of y'all not going to like this. Everybody's not built to be exceptional. But let me tell you who is. When you're healed, you're built to be exceptional. I need you to write that down. When you're healed, you're built to be exceptional. Being healed and being a Honda don't match. I know y'all don't like this. Some of y'all don't like this. When you healed, you built to be exceptional. You're not built to be average. You know why? Because if being healed was average, everybody would be healed, wouldn't they? If being healed was meant to be average, then everybody would be healed, wouldn't they? So when you do this work, mentally, what are the 5 areas? Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially. When you do this work, you ain't built to be no Honda. And if you want to be one, then just go be it. You can make that choice if you want to. Hey, I've done all this work, but I want to be average. But then some of us have had to cry enough. We've had to be sad enough. We've been depressed enough. We've been filled with anxiety enough. We've struggled enough. We've strained enough. We've been counted out enough. We've been discounted out enough. We've been lied on enough. We've been mistreated enough to not go through all of this work and then drive off the lot in a Honda.
Oh my God.
Y'all, I ain't see the comment, but don't go back and forth with somebody that want to be a Honda and think that's healed. Let them be a Honda, man. Let these folks be Hondas. Just put y'all know what to put in the comments. Just drop it in the comment. Inspire Nation, you know what to put in the comments. But you never go back and forth with a Honda. Ever. And if y'all don't understand that doing the work of being healed makes you exceptional, you got greater problems than this work.
Oh my God.
Y'all don't go back and forth with the comment section. Don't even do it. A friend of mine had to get on me and said, Doc, sometimes I know you want to respond to stuff, and every now and then you do, but it was good time. What she said, Doc, just get out the comment section. Like what you like. If you don't see something you don't like, just don't even like it and move on. Doc, Honda's down there. But if you're a Bentley, act like one. Because when you do this work to heal, you deserve to be a Bentley. Not do this work to be healed and then walk around like you a Honda. And that's why many of you have imposter syndrome, and that's why many of you are people pleasers, and that's why you overthink. Okay? Third challenge to the overthinker. The third challenge to the overthinker is this one word called trust. Put it in the chat, put it in your comments. In the comments. This word called trust. I'm going to walk y'all through something that is patented. So I ain't worried about nobody stealing it. I have to patent my stuff. I'll walk y'all through something that is patented called the triangle of trust. Some of you have gone through this in my group work. A few of you. Is one of the most creative things that I've created. It's called the triangle of trust. Okay? So let me find something sharp so that my diagram don't look all crazy. Get something where you can write this down. Okay? While I'm doing this, y'all put in the first 2 challenges to the overthinker. Number 1 was the ego. Number 2 is people pleasing. Okay? Oh, I need something flat. Let me move this here. iPad here. Yes, this works. Very good. All right. Get you a plain sheet of paper. If it's got lines on it, that's fine. I'm just using white paper. Y'all don't judge me on being an artist. I'm not an artist, not a drawing artist anyway. And what I want you to do on that sheet of paper, this don't even have to be straight edge. I don't care. Y'all can laugh at me. I'm comfortable in my skin. Let's talk about it. I want you on your piece of paper, try to do it landscape if you can. Just turn your paper this way opposed to portrait. Try to do it landscape. On that paper, I want you to draw. Let me get a bigger notebook. Y'all, if y'all could see my work desk, you wouldn't think I was borderline OCD. I'm running out of space in this house. On that sheet of paper, I want you to draw a huge triangle. Okay, y'all stay with me. I want you to draw a huge triangle. This is why I told y'all better support this show tonight. You getting the real deal tonight. I'm trying to get you ready for the holidays. Holidays are a tough time of the year for so many of you, but it's going to be better this year. Okay? So support the show. Now, I want you to make a huge triangle. And here's what I want you to do. In the middle of the triangle, draw a little word cloud, and right inside of the cloud, the word trust. This is going to blow y'all's mind. Okay? Put in the middle of the word cloud, right in the middle of the word cloud, inside of the triangle, the word trust. Okay? And again, y'all, I'm not an artist, so don't laugh at my clouds. I'm just making it do what it do. Now, I want you to record this in your journal. So you're going to be going back and forth from the drawing to writing some things down. Anytime a person struggles with trust, they struggle with fear. Come on, record it. You're going to be the smartest person at the water cooler. Everybody should be supporting the show. Anytime a person has, no, I appreciate you. Thank you. Somebody says this is super generous. No, it's every Thursday is literally like a counseling therapy night for many of you. Right? I love doing this. Every time you struggle with a person struggles with trust, they are struggling at their core with fear. After you write that statement down, I want you at the top of the triangle to write the word fear. Show me a person who has trust issues. I'll show you somebody at their core who's afraid of something. Look at y'all covering your eyes. Is this making sense? I'll show you somebody who's afraid of something. I don't care what the trust issues they think they stem from. Nobody struggles with trust without struggling with fear. They are first cousins. Their daddy's got the same mama.
Oh my
God. Okay. Now, let me show you the avalanche that this creates. If a person struggles with fear, I want you to draw an arrow down from that word fear to the next point. Y'all follow me? Draw an arrow down from that word fear to the next end. If a person struggles with fear, they automatically struggle with faith. Watch this. If they struggle with fear, they automatically struggle with faith. You know why? Because fear and faith are like oil and vinegar, oil and water. They will never agree. So if you have trust issues, you not only automatically have issues with fear, you are automatically a faithless individual.
Oh my God.
Why is that important? Because an overthinker is naturally a person who is not operating in faith if the basis of their overthinking is worry. And worry and faith don't agree. Making sense or not? Told y'all, support this show. I'm taking this down if you don't. I promise. If I don't see a certain level of support, I'm taking this down. You're going to have to just wait on the book. Y'all with me? So the lack of fear or the presence of fear leads you to a lack of faith, which keeps trust locked in the triangle. Y'all ready? Now, I want you to draw an arrow from faith to that side of the triangle. Please ignore my nails. Doc's been going through something. I want you to draw an arrow from faith to that side of the triangle. Watch this. If you have no faith, watch this, then you automatically struggle with control. You automatically struggle with control. Let me put this back together for you. Where there is fear, there can't be faith. Many of you believers and Christians, we know a verse that says, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. You don't have the mind to have faith when fear is present. So where there is fear, there is no faith. Where there is no faith, there is the need to be in control. Why is that important? Because when an overthinker continues to ruminate over things that they try to understand, or things that they want to know the outcome to, or things that they want to try to force to happen or avoid from happening, what you're really doing is being a control freak. How do I know? Because when you have faith, you don't need control. When you don't have faith, you got to be in control. I'm giving y'all time to catch up. This making sense or no? Y'all, I offered this on one of the group works. I think I had like 20 people sign up. See what y'all missing? If you think the lives are something, this right here will blow you away. So let's recap. Where there is fear, there is no faith. We're talking about the overthinker who has trust issues. Anybody ever wanted to give you a whooping after a session? All the time, Sasha. I get threatened on a weekly basis. Let me blow my nose real quick, y'all. I get threatened on a weekly basis. A person who has trust issues is grounded in fear. Their life, their ways of thinking, grounded in fear. When you struggle with fear, it is because you have no faith. If you have no faith, that forces you to need to be in control. And because you need to be in control, watch this. Because you need to be in control, you cannot let go. Now, I need y'all to stay with me. I'm going to say this several times because it's going to take a couple of times for some of you for it to really click. A person who has trust issues also has fear. A person who has fear has no faith. If you have no faith, you need to be in control. If you have to be in control, you can't let go. Letting go on your triangle, I want you to put 2 brackets there. You see those brackets? Letting go is what opens the triangle up to let out what? Trust. Letting go is what opens the triangle to let out trust. But notice this. If you have trust issues, it's grounded in fear. If you have fear, you have no faith. If you have no faith, you're a control freak. You're going to want to be in control. And if you're in control, you can't let go. So, Doc, why are you calling this the triangle of trust? Somebody should be saying, then, Doc, how do I let trust out the triangle? You ready? Real easy. You ready? We ended here. Let's start with where we ended. If you want to open the triangle, relinquish control. When you let go of control, meaning I'm not worried about the outcome, it's not my business, your faith increases. When your faith increases, fear goes away. When fear goes away, you can let go. And when you let go, trust comes out. All you do is reverse the triangle. I created this, y'all. I woke up one morning about 1 a.m. It hit me like a sack of bricks. If you have trust issues, it's because you can't let go. If you let go, you'll relinquish control. When you get better manage your ability or need to control, your faith rises. When your faith rises, fear leaves. When fear leaves, you can let go. If you have fear, you have no faith. If you have no faith, you always need to be in control. If you need to be in control, you can't let go. But if you let go, control feels better. When control feels better, the need to be in control feels better, your faith increases. When your faith increases, fear has to leave. When fear leaves, you can let go. This is called the triangle of trust, created by yours truly. This makes sense? I told y'all this was a real session tonight. Y'all getting to work. So in the context of overthinking, if you're an overthinker, sometimes you got to pull this out and say, I'm an overthinker. What am I afraid of? Let's make it practical one more time. I'm overthinking whether or not I should take this job. What am I really afraid of? We got to be honest about that. Once you're really honest about your apprehensions about taking the job, you address those fears. Once you address those fears and the reality of those fears, you reframe those fears, then you can replace those fears with faith. Okay, we've worked through the fears. I might not do well. I might relocate and it all might flop, but we've worked through all of that. We've reframed it. Now I can replace it with faith. I can apply the faith to go ahead and pursue the job. When I do that, then I can relinquish control once I get the job. I don't have to be uptight on the job, worrying about how I'm going to perform. And when I do that, that allows me to let go. Let go of worry. What's going to happen? Am I going to do well? And when I do that, it opens the door for trust. We got about 700 people on the line. It should be 1,000. You can kill overthinking with this alone. It's called the Dr. Zeb's Triangle of Trust. You'll see it soon. Now, I got 10:53. I got to hurry up. There are two more things I need to mention about overthinking. Did y'all screenshot? Good. I don't have a problem with you screenshot. Y'all better support this show, though. I know that. Because if not, I'm taking this live down. I'm telling you, yep, I'm taking it down. Y'all not supporting the show? This is wild. This is wild, nasty work. It's nasty work that y'all not supporting this. Nasty work. It's almost 1,000 people on here. If everybody supported the show with $1, it would go a long way. This nasty work. Support the show. Look, watch this. You ready? There are two more things I got to mention about overthinking. Number one, right? Because those are the three core challenges of overthinking. Again, the ego, people pleasing. Where's my stylus? There it is. The ego, people pleasing, and trust. Okay? The ego, people pleasing, and trust. We're on 4 networks, y'all, not just the one that you're watching. Okay? The ego, people pleasing, and trust. Now, there are 2 other bonus things I want to talk about as it relates to overthinking that I want you to be mindful of. One of them is called self-sabotaging. Okay? Type that in the chat. Put it in your journal. Self-sabotaging. When you are an overthinker, self-sabotaging is your go-to move. Can I say this? Many of you overthinkers have literally talked yourself out of some of the greatest blessings in your life. And guess what? It ain't nobody's fault but whose? Yours. Yours. You know why? Because let me tell you what self-sabotagers do. And this is something that this is a statement I never want you to forget. Write this down in your journal. Put it in the chat. Self-sabotagers will make decisions in the name of a reality that doesn't exist. I'm going to explain.
Oh my God.
When you self-sabotage, you will make decisions in the name of a reality that does not exist. Listen to that statement. Listen to what I said. You will make decisions in the name of a reality that ain't even real. That is self-sabotaging from a people pleaser's perspective, from an overthinker's perspective. That is self-sabotaging 101. Because an overthinker will get where? So deep into their mind that they will literally allow their minds to create a reality that don't exist, and they will make decisions based on it.
Oh my
If you just take in that statement, ask yourself, have I ever made a decision in my life based on something that I thought was a reality that turned out to not be real? Just ask yourself that question. Have I ever made a decision in my life based on a reality that I thought was a reality that turned out to not be real? That is the work of the overthinker. And you will end up self-sabotaging when you make a decision based on a reality that does not exist. Now, some of you should be hearing this and saying, okay, then, Doc, what's the solution? How do I stop creating this reality in my mind or worrying about this reality in my mind that I've created that I'm so concerned about? Real easy. Thank you so much for your support, Nashara. I appreciate it. Real easy. The solution is called your values. 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 I created something called the value system. Many of you have slept on it. You have not taken it. Next to the 5 areas of healing, it is probably one of the top things I've ever created. Triangle of, even greater than the triangle of trust. The value system. And let me explain. info@zebthethird.com, Sasha, is my email for Zelle. info@zebthethird.com. Let me explain the value system and how that helps us stop self-sabotaging. Listen to me. I want to walk you through this real quick, and then I'm done. If your mind causes you to create realities that don't exist, that your emotions grab hold to, that then force your behavior to make decisions, actions, whatever, in the name of a reality that is or is not real, the way you circumvent that or overcome that is the right word, is by making decisions with your values. By making decisions with your values. Now, here's the good news. I will have the value system written out in a small workbook, and it should be prepared in a couple of days. Doc, let me tell you something. Doc has been working, y'all. I was going to do a whole book on it. It's not book worthy. It is workbook worthy. You'll be able to download it. You can complete the sheets to fill out your values. This is powerful, and I'll tell you why. Because I define values as this. I want you to record this. Your values are the attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, and principles that guide your life. I want to give it to you again. Your values are the attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, and principles that guide your life. And this may happen consciously or subconsciously, meaning you are aware that you're doing it or you're not aware that you're doing it. A lot of people live by the value of peace, but they've never taken the time to sit down and ask themselves, what do I value? Oh, I value peace. Let me make decisions that align with the value of peace. When you do that, you're making decisions with your values consciously. When you don't do that, but you just make decisions that avoid drama, you in essence are subconsciously living your life according to peace. That's just an example. They are the attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, and principles that guide your life. The attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, principles that guide your life. So Go back to what I said about self-sabotaging. Let's put this together and then I'm done. If self-sabotaging causes you to make decisions in the name of a reality that doesn't exist, it is because as an overthinker, you're fearful of what? What might happen, what might be, what might come to be, right? The value system helps to correct that in this one simple way. When you make decisions according to your attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, and principles, your decisions don't even have to be right. I need y'all to write that down. When you make decisions according to your attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, or according to the attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, and principles that govern your life, the outcome does not have to be right. This sounds crazy to some of y'all. I'm explaining and I'm done. You know why? Because if you tell me, let's just use peace again as another example, right? You should have more than one value. I'll talk about that in the workbook. You should have anywhere from 5 to 7 values. And I'll walk you through how to put those together, what you need to do. But listen to me. Hear me out. I'm just going to use one example of one value to show how this works. Let's just say peace is one of your values. Peace is one of your values. And you're thinking about taking a job for a new company. It's info@zebthethird.com. Info, I-N-F-O at zebthethird.com. I-N-F-O at zebthethird.com. You're thinking about taking a job and you are trying to wonder, should I take the job or not? And you go through your values and evaluate each value and how that value aligns with the job you want to take. And so you get to peace. And you say, okay, based on how I define peace, I talk about this in the workbook, how I define peace, the activities I have around it, boundaries, blah, blah, blah. Does taking this job support my value of peace? If the answer is yes, and it checks your other values, you may decide to take the job. Now watch this. Let's say you take the job, and when you take the job, you get there, the first 3, 4, 5 months are great, and then you end up getting a new supervisor who ends up being Freddy Krueger or the Wicked Witch.
Oh my God.
Now, you made the decision to take the job based on your values, and your values said to you that this was a what? Good decision. You take the job, and what was a good decision that checked your values list now feels like a bad decision because you're now dealing with a boss who's compromising your peace. The $1 million question is, was it a bad decision? The answer is no. The answer is no. It was not a bad decision because your values, attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, principles led you to take the job that you took. You get there and you cannot control other people or other circumstances. So you make that decision. 6 months later, your boss is Freddy Krueger. Now you're like, oh my God, what should I do? It's simple. Go back to your what? Go back to your values. Because your values that got you in it are the same values that will get you out of it. This is why some of us live by the phrase that says, things are always working out for me. Ever heard that phrase? I want you to write it down. My clients know it. You know why I make that confession every morning when I get up and I'm reading Before I work out, I read a couple of things. You know, I make that confession every morning. Things are always working out for me because the decisions I make line up with my values. So even if the decision goes bad, the outcome is always good. Even if the decision turns out bad, the outcome is always good. You know why? Because my attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, and principles will never steer me wrong. My attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, and principles will never steer me wrong. And you just believe that all things work together for you because you're being led by your values. You're not making emotional decisions. You're not making decisions out of fear or a lack of faith or the need to control. You're making decisions from a core of your attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, and principles. I talked about this last week. Some of y'all got mad. Somebody actually jumped on TikTok and said, I'm blocking you, as if I know who you are. What is wrong with y'all?
Oh my God.
What is wrong with you people? Somebody actually got and said, I'm blocking you when I said this last week. And I taught this a little bit last week. I voted with my values. And for some of us, who we voted for didn't win. For some of you that voted, your person won. So if you voted based on your values, i.e. attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, and principles, and it didn't work out, does that mean you made a bad decision? No. You can't control it. Now you got to switch your mindset, overthinker, to the mantra, things are always working out for me. How do I know it? Because I'm allowing the attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, and principles that govern my life to lead the way. So even something that seems like it didn't work out is still going to work out for me. Is this making sense? Folks was voting on all kinds of stuff instead of just their values. How do your values align up with the candidates? But, you know, nobody invited me to CNN to give my 5 cents. Hey, you nervous about that relationship that you really want? Let me talk to some of you single people real quick. You nervous about that relationship that you really want? That is perfect? That is everything you asked for, but you got some apprehensions? And those apprehensions aren't based on the kind of person he or she is, but it's based on the fact that you're really going to be in a territory with a new level of love and relationship and commitment that you've never experienced. Ask yourself a simple question. How does pursuing them line up with your attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, and principles? How does your decision about that person align with your attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, principles? If they match, you might want to pursue it. Doc, what if it don't work out? You ain't gonna land on your back, you're gonna land on your feet. Things are always working out for you. But if you pursue a decision to be in a relationship with someone who has aligned with your attitudes, beliefs, perspectives, and principles, you can't control if they change. You can't control if they turn out to be something else. You can't even control if it doesn't work out. But you won't have any regrets because you will know your values brought you there and not the other superficial stuff. I'm a Gemini. I'm a Virgo. I'm a Pisces. I'm 6'6". Blah, 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 blah. If you let your values determine who you should be in a relationship with, you're going to have peace either way. If it works out, great. I got my life partner. If it doesn't, it will be a great experience because my values led me there. And if they turn out to be crazy or it just turned out to not work, I can appreciate the experience for what it was because my values led me there. And when it started getting bad, my values led me out of it. Value System Workshop is what everybody needs. You need it. It's going to be the best download you ever had. And it's digital. All you got to do is just download it. Should be out in a couple of days. Y'all, I'm done. Any people pleasers? Did this help y'all tonight? This help y'all tonight? Any people pleasers? Did it help you? Huh? I hope it was helpful. This was a lot of fun. I'm probably going to do a very similar live next Thursday. And then the Thursday after that is Thanksgiving. I may do something that Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve. I don't know. But just remember all the things that we announced in the beginning. November the 27th, noon Eastern Standard Time is, if that email didn't work, try Tally Third at me. Tally Third, Talley, the number 3, the letters RD at me.com for Zelle. It might work if info doesn't work. I think I've been having some problems with my info Zelle. Talley, the number 3, the letters RD at me for myemail.com. Yeah. November the 27th, noon Eastern Standard Time, my calendar will open for new clients. Next Thursday, hopefully, will be pre-orders for the book, 5 Areas of Healing. Hopefully. We'll see how everything goes over the next couple of days. I hope I don't have to change that. We'll see. And then November the 29th, Black Friday, hopefully the hat line will be able to kick off for pre-orders as well. And we gave you some information about the tours. Okay? Y'all, I hope this was helpful. I really do. Hopefully you supported the show. I'm going to check it out when I hang up. I hope this was a big help. And what we will do next week is probably something very similar. Because I want to try to get a little bit more technical on some of these lives. We'll still continue to keep some of the Ask Me Anythings, the general topics where I just talk. But some of these lives I want to try to be a little bit more technical as well, because I think these lives are beneficial for you all. If you're on tomorrow's group work, you don't need to do anything to prepare. Just come, maybe bring something to write with. You don't need to do anything to prepare for the group works that are coming up. The small group sessions of 12, as well as the larger workshops. The good news is they're going to be very small sessions. I don't have a lot of signups. If you have not signed up for group work, small group coaching and counseling, I've got plenty of slots available. Check out the links in my bio. It is the best way to get on my calendar to do some semi one-on-one work with me before January. I have nothing else in November. I have nothing else in December. And so tomorrow is going to be great. Sign up for it if you have not signed up for it. And again, if you have signed up for it and more people don't sign up, it's just going to be a smaller course. It'll be more intimate. That's even better. You'll have more time to talk about your situation. So check out those dates. Everything is on my bio, in my profile bio. All of those links are there. Okay. Workbook date release will be sometime next week. No, I don't take insurance at this time. Thank you, Alexis. It's good to see you. Set your alarm for November the 27th at noon Eastern Standard Time. That's when my calendar is going to open. All you'll need to do is just go to my website at that time. You'll see the options there. And I only have limited spaces. I'll have a lot of packages available. That's the easiest way to go. And that'll be there. All right. Appreciate y'all. You can see I'm tired. It's been a very crazy, busy week, hectic week, draining week in some ways. So I'm glad to get to tonight, and I'm glad to get to my bed. Love you guys. Praying for y'all, rooting for you. Have a tremendous weekend. Those of you that are in group work this weekend, I'll see you this weekend. I appreciate that. Elizabeth said you just changed my life. I appreciate that a lot. It means a lot to me. Those of you that are in group work this weekend, I'll see you this weekend. Those that are not, have a safe weekend. I should have more information about the book and these other things coming in the days to come. All right. Love y'all. Peace and blessings. Have a good night.